welcome back to the Player YouTube channel, and you join me today with the new BMW X1. Well, it's not a new BMW X1, it's a facelifted version, and this one is a rather special one. This is the hybrid, but we'll talk all about that a little bit later on. This car has proved extremely popular in the BMW range. In actual fact, it's so popular, every 10 cars sold, one of these is in that. So that shows you how popular it is. In actual fact, in 2018, these cars, they sold 218,000 units. It's a massive, massive car for BMW. Anyway, today I thought we'd be a little bit different. We come and see our old friend, Richard Baxter at Garage Queens. And he's also known as, if you've ever watched us before, Professor BMW. And the reason I want to come up here is because Richard knows a lot about what goes on underneath here, far more than I do as a mere mortal. So let's go find Richard and see what he thinks of the BMW X1. Richard? Richard. Ah, there you are. How you doing, mate? You all right?
Hi, Andy.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah, and you.
What are you up to?
Well, you know, we're just doing some work on this old E46 M3.
Wow.
And
loads of bits and pieces. What have you got in your hands? What's all
well,
that?
these are the plastic under trays from underneath.
Oh, okay.
I reckon this is going to become probably one of the most important BMWs.
Really?
Classic BMWs, yeah, because they made so many of them. E46 M3.
Yeah.
Very, very popular car. But now they're sort of 20 years old and they're starting to get the little bits of
I'll tell you what,
rust
mate, you say
appearing.
20 years old. Look at the condition of that underneath there. It's absolutely amazing.
It's amazing. Do you know, there seem to be I reckon there's two types of cars you get these days. One is what I call a city car, and one is a country car.
Right.
And a city car, you get underneath them, you take all the stuff off, and it's in pretty amazing condition, hardly any rust underneath.
It hasn't been out on the open country roads. Yeah.
Get on the country roads and it's getting pebble dashed the whole time
Yeah.
with grit and dirt and stuff, and there's rust as anything.
So what's this, a town car?
This one's a town car. It's a really nice condition, and it's done something like over 200,000 miles. This car. No, it really has.
On the same engine?
Yeah, same owner as well.
That's absolutely mad. Well, it's incredible. That's what you
car.
do up here, though. For those of you who haven't watched this before, by the way, Richard, do you want to explain what you actually do with Garage Queens? He's got his little logo there as well. Garage Queens, what do they do?
Well, I think we're doing sort of work which doesn't get done by other people. So things like remedial rust treatment around wheel arches and fixings and all that sort of thing. If we're not careful, the rust gets into the seams. Yeah. And once it gets into the seams, it's pretty well a write-off because it's too expensive to repair. But on something like this, you see, you've got the edges of the metal panels, they start to rust, and the rust gets underneath the rubberised protection. Yeah,
that's funny. We were talking about this with an auto glass fitter a few weeks ago, and he was saying how the windscreens have now changed. They don't sit in the channel anymore. They actually almost float off the edge in a rubber.
Yeah.
So they never actually touch, the water doesn't get in there and sit in there.
Yeah, start working.
And do you only work on BMWs at Garage Queens?
Mostly it's BMs, I have to say.
Because I have noticed, I mean, there is an absolutely stunning Audi over here.
Yeah, well, that's one of the cars that's being stored with us.
Oh, okay. And of course you do car storage, don't you?
Yeah, storage is the main thing. And then this sort of remedial work, restoration work.
You pointed here as well. There's something under there, isn't
a little yellow MGB.
A little yellow MGB.
That's had some remedial work doing to it. New bumper, just little bits and pieces that people want.
It's all stuck there, isn't it?
It's got caught behind the cover there,
isn't
it?
There you go. Look at that.
Lovely.
So there you go.
Colour, isn't it? Yeah.
So guys, you do storage, you do classic car restoration.
Classic car restoration, yeah, we do complete nut and bolt rebuilds.
And then cars like this, you look after them, and cars like this, making sure they're fit to go back out on the road.
Yeah, just keep them running.
Well, I've got something to show you today.
Oh yeah, what's that?
You've probably seen it parked over there, because I pulled in and made a bit of a noise when I came in.
Well, I thought it was very silent. In fact, I wasn't sure if anybody turned up.
Ah, see, because it is a hybrid. And that led me into a lovely little link, and he did that so perfectly. I love him sometimes. It is a hybrid, yes, so I came in on battery power, you're quite correct. That's the new X1, or the facelifted X1.
Let's put the stuff down, yep.
Shall we go and take a look?
Yeah.
Come on in.
Let's go and
do
see.
it. I'd like to get your opinion on it, actually. I think you're going to like this car. It's rather different. I know you're more into the classics and stuff, but you've got to say, what a nice front to this car, isn't it?
Why do you think I'm going to like this car?
I just had a feeling you would. Don't you like the colour?
The car, everything's grey, isn't it?
Everything's grey at the moment,
grey,
I suppose, yeah.
Dark grey.
Yeah.
Grey has now become the the old white, isn't it?
Well, that's true. Yeah, I will
Or
say
it's
that.
become the new white.
So, I mean, this is a facelift version. It's not an entirely new car. And believe it or not, it was sort of co-designed by an Australian man.
Okay.
I mean, judging by their taste in beer, I can't believe they actually made this look good.
But out of interest, what's the CD on a vehicle like this? Do you know?
The CD?
Yeah.
What do you mean the CD?
Well, the
It's got a Blu-ray player. It's Bluetooth, mate. We've done CDs. They've finished now.
No tape deck anymore.
There's no tape deck. No tape deck.
What's the airflow over something like this? Because they were getting it down and down and down, weren't they?
That's what you mean.
Yes.
Do you mind explaining what CD stands for?
I wish I knew.
Gotcha, you clever
Probably
dick.
something dynamics or something.
No, CD, clever dick.
Clever.
That's what it means. That's about as far as it's going to go. Oh, the dog walker's arrived in the background. Hello, dog walker. So, anyway, do you want to have a look under the bonnet? 'Cause
Yeah,
I know
come
you're
on,
more
let's have a
into
look.
the engines,
Yeah,
aren't you?
well,
And
yeah, let's have a look.
there's quite a few different engines. This is a hybrid.
But just before you do that,
Yeah.
it looks like a series of blinds or something here. Is that right? Or
Yeah,
not?
that's it. No, they do actually. It's like a shutter system that
Is
works
it?
on here.
Seriously?
Well,
I know
I'm not sure if it's on this particular car.
Yeah.
Should have done the research.
Doesn't look
but-
like it, actually.
No,
They're
it doesn't look
fixed,
like
aren't
it.
they?
But
Yeah.
there is on the.
Oh no, this one is. Look, those definitely move.
See?
Yeah.
I know
So-
there's something to do
so
with that. I
it's-
read a little bit somewhere, but I wasn't sure if it was on the X1 or whether it's on the 1 Series or whatever. So, anyway, yeah, we'll take a look under the bonnet if you want.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Yeah, all right. Why not? The bonnet release is
On the other
that
side.
side.
Do you want me to do it?
You do it. Why not?
Here we go.
You done it?
Yep.
Ah, perfect. Right. By the magic of editing, we'll cut to when this gets open. And we did finally get the bonnet up, didn't we?
We did, yeah.
That was a bit of fun. By the way, it's a double pull.
Yes.
We should tell them that.
Yeah, we couldn't find the catch.
Yeah, because we were looking for the catch for like half an hour and then we realised double pull, thanks to cameraman. Cheers, JP. So this is the e-drive. This is funny enough, this particular engine is from the Mini Countryman.
So 3-cylinder.
Yeah, it is. It's 1.5 litre 3-cylinder.
Petrol.
Petrol, and it's mated up to a 9.5 kilowatt electric motor.
And also turbocharged, presumably.
I can't see a turbo anywhere, but I would presume under here maybe. There's
Maybe
a
on the-
big air thing here,
Yeah.
so guessing it's under there. Yeah.
So front-wheel drive.
I know when you add the two together, I think the electric motor gives out about 94 horsepower,
Yeah.
and the engine's around 120 something.
Right.
And all in all, it's about 200 just shy of 220 brake.
Yes.
But there's a big but on this because
Yeah.
there's a big but on this. That sounds very sorry, American viewers. As in BUT. This having the electric motor needs a big battery,
Okay.
so you might have 220 brake.
Yeah.
But getting it from 0 to 60 is still 7 seconds. All right, it's not bad for quite a.
And where is the
reasonably sized-
battery?
It's in the back.
Right.
I'll show you in a minute. We'll
So
go
we've got
around
front-wheel drive.
there. No, this one
Is
is
it?
all-wheel drive. This is X-Drive.
Ah, okay.
So X-Drive
Yeah.
is all-wheel drive.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
X-Drive only uses front-wheel drive until it really needs. You've got to be like Heidi going on a goat mission. You've got to literally be going up a mountain for it to actually cut in.
And it cuts in automatically.
Cuts in automatically. That's the
It's clever.
X-Drive. Whereas the majority of these cars are sold as S-Drive,
Yeah.
and that's the two-wheel front drive.
Okay.
And I was about to say 220 brake, 0 to 60 we said is 7 seconds, but it's 120 mile an hour is the top speed. And
Right.
if you were driving this on the Autobahn in Germany, you'd be on the slow lane, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Be on the
More or less. But what about the weight on a vehicle like this?
No idea.
Right.
Not something I've looked up. But one thing I can say on the economy on this,
Yeah.
BMW are claiming 141 miles to the gallon,
Blimey.
which is for the purely because when you're using the battery and the engine,
It's cutting in and out between
Yeah.
the two, is it? Is that what it's doing?
yeah, you can. There's a button inside which we're going to show you guys when we get inside. There's all sorts of settings and stuff you can do, but it can run so as it knows when you want it to use battery, it will use it.
Okay. So if like you're on a motorway or something and you're sitting in traffic,
You can put it into battery mode.
it'll keep flicking.
Yeah, or you can do it itself. So there's a
Right.
button in there, but we'll show them that when we get inside.
Yeah.
The thing is, with all of these cars, as you're probably aware as well, because I know we were talking to you earlier about, or not earlier, a few days ago, about electric cars. It's the battery. This one's only got 31 miles of range on it, and I'm only getting 24 because this one is a few months old.
Crikey.
You know, like your mobile phone.
Yeah.
When you get a new one,
Yeah, it's got good battery life.
it's got great battery, hasn't
Yeah,
it? But
yeah.
then after a few months, you suddenly find yourself charging it up.
Yeah,
And the reason for that is it's cells that are dying, it's cell depletion.
that quickly.
Yeah, and it does. I mean, I can only get 24 charging it on the 13 on the plug.
Yeah.
Because it comes with an adapter. Again,
Right.
I'll
And how
show
long
you
does it
that in a
take
minute.
to charge up?
2.5 hours. If you haven't
Off
got
an
your
ordinary 13 amp?
off an ordinary battery,
Yeah,
off an ordinary plug.
yeah.
Whereas if you have that thing installed at home, you know, where you
Like
can
a
actually
three-phase
just,
thing,
yeah,
inverter, yeah.
yeah, the
Yep.
inverter. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hour and a half, so it saves you an hour. But I think the main idea of this is if you're going to the shops or doing the school run, or
Okay.
just popping locally.
And that's obviously where the biggest mileage of these kind of cars are.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, I would have thought so. Yeah, so you're just going to use the battery power, and I've used it that way.
Yeah.
You know, and it does work. And then when you get back, you just stick it back on charge again. So the next time you go out, you have 20 to 30 miles of range on it.
So the motor's not actually charging the battery for you while it's going along?
It does. It uses that KERS system.
Does it? What, on the
Kinetic-
braking system?
Yeah. So kinetic energy recovery system.
Yeah.
What they use on Formula One cars.
Yeah.
So
And
it
how
uses
effective?
that, and it puts, but you can never recharge the battery totally from the engine power or
No.
from the brakes.
No.
It'll
Can
give you a
not?
bit,
Right.
but not as much. I mean, when they get to that stage, it'd be incredible, wouldn't it? You can just
Wouldn't
recharge.
it? Yeah,
Yeah.
self-charging. Perfect.
Also, don't forget when that battery's completely dead, and you're carrying that extra weight around.
Yeah.
You know, one, you feel it in a car like this because it feels a little bit heavy at the back.
Does it?
Yeah, I've found that. Whereas on the other X1 models
Yeah.
that don't have that big heavy battery in there,
How big is the battery, do you know?
no, I don't.
It must be
that's-
weighty.
Yeah, I would have thought it's quite heavy. It's a lithium battery, I know that.
Mm.
But
Okay.
it's compact, isn't it?
Yeah, very, very compact.
And I think, you know, it's definitely the way forward eventually. I can't see us ever being totally electric, though. What about
No.
you?
No, what I can't work out with the electric thing is the cost of actually producing the batteries
Yeah.
and the fact that somewhere or other this electricity is being produced.
Well, yeah, at the moment, it's all fossil fuels are producing the
Or
electricity.
is it, or is it coming out of nuclear stations?
Well,
Electrical
it'd be
stations?
nice if we could have all our power as nuclear, but as far as I know, at the moment, most of it is coming from either gas or oil-burning power stations.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, pretty sure on that. I mean, people who live in the la-la land of solar energy and wind energy and tide
But what
energy.
happens to the battery once it's expended? So
Another
it,
good-
it
yeah.
starts to back off.
Yeah.
And then how long before it needs a new battery?
Yeah, exactly.
And then what happens to the old one?
They've got to take it out.
And what about all the special metals and chemicals used in?
Exactly.
That's
So
what I-
how kind are we being to the planet?
I'd really like to know that question. Why is it nobody's answering that question? Because it's a bit like diesel fuel, isn't it? Everybody, yeah, going to make diesel. It's so efficient. It's this, that, and the other.
Yeah.
And then suddenly down the
40 years
road,
down the road, it's like, oh, diesel's really bad.
you find out what we're going to do with all this lithium. We've got to
Yeah.
dispose of. That's
It's a
what
very-
I'd like to know.
Very good question. And on that note, shall we take a look inside?
Yeah.
And see what you think of the inside of this car. I
Let's
like
do
that.
it.
It's interesting. Very interesting stuff, Richard. Thank you. Right, so before we jump in it, Rich, what do you actually think of the side of the car? I think it's got some lovely lines, this new one.
That's what I'm picking up on.
M Sport.
M Sport.
Yeah,
What-
there's 4 different trim levels.
Yeah.
You've got the XE, you've got the Sport, the X line, and then the M Sport. And obviously, those trim levels, you know, you get extra bits like with the M Sport, you get the 10.5-inch screen in the middle. I'll show you that when we jump in. You get a choice of, there's 4 new rims as well that have come out, 4 new wheel types.
Do you know, is it not a bit of a shame that they use M Sport for a trim level? M
Yeah.
Power used to be something
Yeah.
like, whoa.
I know, and they've
You know,
they've used the
Formula One
colours.
cars, all the M cars.
As soon as you see the M, you start to think of that sort of very high level, and I
Yeah.
think maybe that's where BMW have gone with this. That is because you think it's a higher level.
Right.
Maybe they're playing with their marketing, you know, with their sales tactics, so to speak. But I do love the rims on this. The only
Yeah.
thing I've noticed on this one, I thought with the M badge you get coloured calipers. I've noticed they're not on here.
Right.
Which I would have thought you'd get, those blue ones, you know, the
I've
blue
seen
calipers
them, yeah.
to match
Yeah.
on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there's 4 different trim levels, and you can also add to that, there's 2 extra packs. You got like a tech pack, and the tech pack is, you get the extra bits and pieces, you know, all the techie bits, and there's a comfort pack as well. And you can add them into any of the trim levels. So the only thing you might notice in here, that's where you charge it.
Yeah.
So you get the charging cables and everything, plug that in there,
Off you
straight
go.
in, yeah, and away you go. It's neat. And obviously around the other side is your fuel cap.
There you go.
So I think it's a very good looking car. And I love all this black trim as well around here.
Yeah.
Really nice. Anyway, let's jump inside.
Yeah.
I'll go around there and see what you think of the inside. Oh, I see you've already managed to get yourself comfortable in there.
Yeah, and it's very comfortable actually.
I think so too.
Seats are great, and the level of detail stitching, I guess.
I think
all
yeah,
modern
this
cars
is
these
the
days is
well, it's the M level, isn't it?
is it?
You,
But
you
it's,
get
the
the
stitching
stitching.
is bloody perfect. Look at that.
Yeah, they do a good job.
Yeah. It's,
So like I said, look, that's the big. Well, let's start her up. To be honest with you, I'd rather get the thing fired up. It's keyless.
right.
So I'm just going to push that once so we don't get all the engine running as well. Yes, 10-point-something inch screen, which is really nice. Their cockpit thing that they've been developing for years is just gone beyond. I think it's just so good now. You've got that digital display
amazing.
as well.
That is
Yeah,
amazing. Yeah.
it's all
Yeah.
digital now.
Crikey.
And then down the bottom there, as you can see, there's only 6 miles of e-drive or electric power. So you've got your e-drive button down here,
Yeah.
and that's where you can turn it into total battery mode.
Right.
And then just above it, I'll put these keys out of the way, just above it you've got the mode button here.
Oh yeah.
So you've got Sport, Comfort, and then you've got Eco Pro, where that's for the one that sets it up itself, so it knows exactly.
Right. So it's kind of monitoring your driving
Yeah.
and computing and sets it.
Seen the size of the knobs in here? You got to have knobs. Come on, you know you love a
Yeah.
knob.
Well, you know, it's
Do you
better.
like a knob?
Yeah, they ought to bring them back actually because it's so easy.
I
and
think you
intuitive,
should
isn't
always
it?
bring your knob back. Bring the knobs back, yes. Look how many we got. We got 1, 2, 3. This is all cracking stuff. It's what I always say.
Yeah.
You got
It's
your
easy.
gloves on. It's winter.
Yeah.
You get in the car. It's freezing cold. If you've got knobs, you don't have to take your gloves off, do you?
No.
So you can set it all up, put your tunes on, sit there, wait for the engine to warm up, keep your gloves on. Because if you haven't got a decent knob, what are you going to do? You can't manoeuvre everything on the screen when you've got your gloves on. You've got to take your gloves off.
Yeah.
See? So that's why I've always said decent knob. And these are proper black knobs as well.
And this is what the iDrive down here. Is it?
That's a massive black knob, isn't it? Look at it, size of it. Get your hands on that knob, couldn't you? That's your iDrive, yes. So you could turn it around. You rightly said you got your menu,
Thing, yeah.
your maps all connected up here. The thing I love about this, about you, is you don't have to look down. So you're constantly looking ahead.
Okay.
You can just, once you know where those bits are, like
Yeah.
you flick from map, or it's so easy to use because it's
So
like
intuitive.
a mouse, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it flicks backwards and forwards. Look, we've even got weather up here. Yeah, I just love the whole setup of this. I think it's really nice.
And in terms of day-to-day driving, quite easy, intuitive.
Yeah, I think this particular car, I'm so used to it now. When I first got it, it was interesting to see how the battery kicked in on its own and things like that. But then I realised I can actually set things up myself.
What happens if you get to the point where your battery's virtually flat?
In this car, you're just carrying dead weight around because luckily it's a hybrid.
Okay, so you can just
So you can just run on your engine.
and the engine will still keep all the electrics
yeah.
working and everything. Okay.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
the normal, right?
Yeah, so it's a total normal combustion engine. But that little hybrid bit
Yeah.
is just more handy for nipping around. You
Because
know?
those gallon cans of electricity are really hard to find, aren't they?
Yeah, pulling in the petrol station. Yes, I've run out of battery. Have you got any? Like to walk back. I just like the whole
Yeah,
way
it's
this
neat.
is set out as
It's
well.
neat, clear.
You've got your heated front seats on here as well, which is really nice. Easy, simple aircon on here. Then you've got your command buttons along here, which is nice. You can actually turn these into different commands, what you want it to do. Your mode button, obviously, there. You got, again, here on the steering wheel, there's a button for you. Look, that's what I call the Hey Siri button. So that one you push and you just say to it, like,
Oh, okay.
shall we try it?
Yeah, go
on. What should we ask it?
Ask how to start the car.
I wonder what it'd say.
I don't know. How about how do you lift the bonnet?
Oh, yeah, that would be really good. And you double pull it. Oh, yes, I just realised.
So
no,
you've got fluffy
tested.
paddles there? No.
No, we haven't.
No.
We have an auto box on this.
Yeah, okay.
But no
Why'd you
flappies.
need those anyway?
No flappies.
That's a very small, it's a thick rim on there, isn't it?
It's a very thick rim, darling. Yeah, I didn't like these when they first came out. It felt like
Too chunky.
Yeah, you know, like a sort of tractor inner tube type.
Yeah.
It just felt like a big, thick inner tube. I've got used to it now. Quite like it. I like the M badge on the bottom of the steering there. It's really nice. You've got your lighting over here. Dead simple. You've got an auto button on your windscreen wiper there. You just push it in and it puts it into auto. I mean, pretty much everything on this is
very
automated.
clear graphics on there, isn't
It's
it?
beautiful, isn't it?
That's
It's
amazing.
stunning.
Yeah,
And
simple.
that's all you really need.
I like the fact that it gets black and white and been tempted to go into some sort of gaudy blues and
That's true.
stuff like that.
Yeah, very true.
It's quite-
You find that a lot on the Japanese cars. They go for these brighter colours.
Yeah.
I've noticed that on the Hondas and the Nissans. But no, what do you think of these seats? Comfy?
Seats are great, actually. They're
I must
really
admit,
comfortable.
when I first got in it obviously
you adjust that.
as the passenger, you're sitting right back there. But it's nice, isn't it? It
Yeah,
hugs you properly.
Yeah, feels comfortable.
And they're all electric, these ones.
Right.
So, what about that glove box? Is it big enough to hide a squirrel in there? Oh, yes. Here's something. Let's discuss that. Yeah,
What,
this is good.
The fact that you've got a good old-fashioned book that you can actually
How
turn the
much?
pages on.
How much does that cost?
What do you mean it comes with the car?
Yeah, but someone's got to pay for that.
Yeah.
Thousands and thousands of these books, yeah?
Yeah.
So that like in 2018, they sold 218,000 of these.
Yes.
Each one had a book.
Yes.
Do you ever refer to the owner's manual?
Yes.
But I think, with all due respect, that could be an age thing. Because now, if I want to know something about this car,
I see.
I go straight on my
Interesting.
phone and
Yeah.
I ask it.
Yeah, it's true.
That is taking up valuable space. If you look in there,
Yeah.
without that book, you get all that extra space.
Yeah.
Now, the money, this is my humble opinion, the money you're going to save by not producing that, look at all the work that's gone into that.
Yeah, a hell of a lot of work.
Yeah, all this little, look, Velcro.
Owner's handbooks.
Yeah, all this. You don't need it anymore. It's a complete waste.
No, you do,
But
because some
they-
people don't want to be messing around on the phones all the time, and if you're no, I think these books are good actually. I think
Really?
I think it'd be really sad when this lot go.
Oh, I don't.
It dates the car in terms
Look
of
at the logbook. I mean, that's an original old logbook. You can doctor those. You know, anybody could stamp that.
yeah. That's,
If it's
is
on
that a logbook?
computer and
Yeah, it
it's
is log.
registered, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
logbook. I noticed there was a stamp in there, so it must have had its first service.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. But, you know what? You don't need this anymore. So BMW have
I
it
do.
all on
no,
computer.
I think it's great. It's the
Oh,
logbook.
it's so old school.
I like,
right?
yeah, I like the
So old school.
It's so easy. Look, you can driving along and you say, "Oh, how does this thing
Driving along, hang on, let me look over and see where the fuse box
work?" And you
is.
can ask the passenger. You say, "Look, can you just find out what?" Oh, yeah, it's the ashtray lighter thing down there. That's what that is.
Yeah, but
Beautiful, nice work of
are
art.
you
that.
telling me you're that boring to drive with that I'd want to read the book? Give me a book to read. Richard's so boring. All
Yeah,
he talks
oh,
about
he's-
is engines.
He's read the owner's handbook.
The owner's handbook back to front.
From here to Devon. Yeah, we're just getting through. We're at page 185.
Yeah,
There we
well,
go. Anyway,
there's
I
one
think
thing I
it's
want to
great.
say. Put that away. It's too small. You don't need them. And they could, by not producing those, you could have 3 blind spot mirrors with every car, entry level. You could have a space saver wheel instead of a puncture repair kit.
No, that is sensible.
Thank you.
That is very
See, I
sensible.
knew I'd hit the nail somewhere.
Yeah.
Look, check this out. I want to show you. In here,
Yeah.
this is a charging.
Okay,
It's
great.
wireless charging.
Yeah.
But, there's a big but here.
Yes.
Oh, we like our big butts, don't we?
We do, go on.
You and I are into a big butt. I tried putting this in here to charge it. Look,
Yeah.
it doesn't go.
Oh, look, it's charging though.
Yeah, but I have to hold it.
Yeah. What is that about?
Right,
Why is that?
because this is an iPhone 8 Plus.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, how old is
It's,
that?
it's only been, this is probably about 4 years old.
Right.
It's only been designed for people with iPhone 10 and above.
And are they that much shorter?
And
Are they?
it gets worse. I've got to tell you this as well. You've heard of Apple Play,
Yeah.
so you can wirelessly put your Apple thing. You can have that with this in this car, but you've got to pay for it. And all other cars, as far as I'm aware,
It's there.
It's there. It's just used. And it gets worse if you're an Android owner. Mind you, I haven't got a lot of time for people who own Android phones. Sorry, I really haven't. If I buy an Apple, they do everything. It's so much easier. Your Android's doing your bits on it.
Yeah, well, every
whenever
year, every
someone
2
gives
years.
me a Samsung, I look at it, it's like, what the hell? You know, it's like going back in time.
Yes.
It's like, oh yes, you've got to move that over there to do that. Anyway, BMW think like me. They're like, if you own an Android phone, don't buy a BMW.
No,
Because
don't think
they
that.
don't work. They do not work in this car. There's no Android mirroring. There's no, you can't connect them. Which in a way I find quite funny. But on the other side, I mean, buy an Apple. You know?
So can you can put that in there, and then you're connected up to.
Yeah, you would be,
Yeah.
but mine won't go in there because it's too big.
Yeah. However,
So
it is charging.
Yeah, I'm not going to sit there all the way through the journey like that. I would, you know, and I'm trying to drive like that. Yeah, it's charging. It is charging, though.
Yeah. No, take your point.
No, I was a bit disappointed with that. I think, you know, and there is a place down there.
Good space, and
Yeah.
it won't charge down there anyway.
No, it's up here, and yeah, it's nice. But there you go. There's some useless trivia information. There is another charging point down here.
There you go.
have got USB
That's
down
for your
there.
Android and everything
And
else.
oh look, there is a 12-volt there as well.
Is
I
that
think.
for your cigarettes? Cigarette
For your
lighter.
cigarette lighter. A cigarette lighter.
Whoops.
Do you remember those?
I
it
do.
was a cigar lighter, wasn't it? You
It was
never
a
had a cigarette. Do you remember
cigar lighter,
in the
yes.
Jaguar?
Yes.
You used to light your cigar.
And you
Remember?
push it in, it go click. Yeah.
And all the kids were in the back going.
Yeah.
No wonder we're all dying at age 52 of cancer. Oh dear. Anyway, shall we have a look in the back?
Yep.
See if it's got plenty of space.
In fact, I can see some cake in the back.
You spotted the cake.
I've spotted the cake. Let's go and have a look. Let's try it.
Okay. Right. Before we get in the back for the passengers, Richard, let's have a look in the boot here because I think it'd be worth having a. It's electronically assisted. It's just under the BMW badge there. It's quite quick, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Size of those.
Yeah. Proper big chunky struts on there.
Yeah.
It's about normally on a normal X1, it's
Yeah.
550 litres. Sorry, 500. 500. I'll get my facts right. It's 450 on this one
Why's that?
because the battery's across there.
Oh, so it's lifted up the floor.
Yeah, it knocks 50 litres out of it.
Bloody hell.
Which is a shame. Also, you end up with these. This is another thing, which I think they should do away with. These. This has actually pulled that one out when it should have pinged off.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll have a look at that later. But look, you go to all this trouble. They're really difficult to get them out as well. This one just doesn't want to come out, does it?
No.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there you go.
No.
If you pull it forward.
Yeah.
So we'll put that out of the way for a minute. But look, you're left with that as well. And that comes out. So all this work that's going into this, I'm hoping that under here there's a place where we can fold all that away. If you hold that,
Okay. That's
I'm
neat.
pretty sure. No, it's too wide. It might go back here if we're lucky, but it's not
think
going to lie flat, is it?
No.
So
So it doesn't.
no, that is such a shame. So you've gone all to the expense of making all this, and the minute you want to start using the rear, you know, say I'm out and I need to put a load of extra bits in here, we're going to have this stuck on the back seat, and if we've got passengers as well, we're going to be struggling. So what I normally do is I normally just throw them away, but I'm not going to do that today.
Right.
As you are so helping me so well there, thank you very much.
What's in there?
I have no idea, mate. Shall we have a look? Oh, that's access to the battery, I think.
Okay.
Don't think we should go there.
No.
We'll leave that in there. So this is the charging cable you get for the plug. Because we're in the UK, guys, it's one of those. But if you're in France, obviously, or Europe, they change.
Yeah.
You like that? Quite chunky, isn't it?
Isn't it?
So that bit goes in, and that bit plugs in, and that's 2.5 hours to charge the battery up. So you get that one. Comes in a nice little bag. Put that away in there. There we go. And then you get, this is the one that you use when you pull up at the
Okay.
The commercial one.
Supermarket, yeah.
Yeah, the supermarket, if it's working. Don't think you're ever going to bother with that. You get a first aid kit in there as well. Aha! The puncture repair kit.
Yes,
with the pump hidden away in here. So you get this little...
Is that what we call a square spare wheel?
Yeah, very well said. It's got rounded corners. I mean, seriously, what a waste of space. This is something I really think you should throw away.
But if you get a punch, have they got run flats?
Well, I'd insist on run flats because you can't get a spare wheel in here. And unfortunately, you're going to be stuck because this, you know, if you clip a curb or something happens to a wheel, you can't pump it back up again.
No.
And that stupid this stuff in here.
Yeah. Is that the goo?
Yeah. That doesn't work. I've done it. I've used it.
Yeah, me too. I've had that. Yeah.
And I ended up having to call a guy out and put a new tyre on.
Yeah.
So absolutely useless.
Yeah.
Don't see the point in
I had a friend who went for a weekend in France.
Oh yeah.
And he arrived there.
Yeah.
Tyre went down.
Yeah.
Couldn't get it up back. Couldn't get it repaired. You know, from the kit. Spent all weekend trying to find a replacement tyre. Got one on the Monday morning. The whole weekend was lost.
Terrible. And all because
That's crazy, isn't it?
they didn't put a space saver in there.
I know.
So I think, you know, you've got a bit of
faux pas.
space in here, haven't we? We've got, I think there is a 12 volt in here somewhere. It's normally hidden. Yeah, it's down. No, have you got a 12 volt adapter your side?
Yep. Oh, something here.
No,
What's
I
that?
thought that was a 12 volt adapter. It's not. I found something else here as well.
I reckon that's
this
a
looks
net,
like
isn't it? Passenger, is it a net?
rain mac.
Yeah, it's a net, isn't
It's a
it?
cargo net.
Yeah. And that's
Suppose
what
you
those.
get that as
That's
well.
what those hooks are for.
Oh yes, put the cargo net over.
Yep.
It's quite deep pockets, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we can't spot the 12 volt adapter in here. I see they've got places for the shopping.
What do you want the 12 volt adapter for, by the way?
Well, you know, if I'm going to pump something up, or if I've got bicycles and I want to pump the tyres up, or so I want to plug it. No, I don't want cables running all. Hasn't got a 12 volt adapter in there. I'm quite shocked. Ah,
What's that?
There it is.
Oh look,
Hey!
yeah, there is.
Found it. 12 volt adapter. It's over there, hidden. Really nicely actually. And because I haven't got my glasses and I couldn't see it, says 12 volt adapter there.
Yeah, there you go.
Helps,
Good.
doesn't it?
That one's good.
I've got shopping.
There's a little pocket
shopping
down
holder.
here.
Got another little pocket there.
They're
Oh,
useful.
it's all nice, isn't it?
Yeah. It is.
How easy is it to pull those seats down though? That's another thing. To put those seats down,
Yeah.
you've got to go round.
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah. Should we do that?
Should I? Yeah, let's see.
Show people how much
You going to put that
space.
in the back?
Yeah, I'll put it back now. Why not? It does all go in there quite neatly, doesn't it?
Yeah. Soft bag stuff.
Yeah. I'm quite happy with all that.
Fits.
There we go.
Yeah.
Push
nice.
that down there. Pull that over the top.
And what about your other bits? Oh, you have to leave those out, do you? Because they're going to change the seats.
That's the problem, isn't it? You know, that's going to lay in there like that.
All right.
Let's do the seats so then we can see. Now, I've done this. I did a little rehearsal on this, but you haven't. See if you suss it straight away.
Okay. What are these things here?
Aha, he's found it. Okay.
Little tabs.
So there is a little tab either side, like that, and the middle one as well. I love the fact that you've got this three-way system going on here, but have you noticed, look, they don't go flat. So,
Bet they really do they? I guess does the seat base tilt forward?
didn't think of that. Shall we have a look?
Yeah.
Right, sorry guys, you're going to disappear again. One thing, have you seen how nice they go back? So you've got...
Yeah, you got an adjustment there. Is that this one? That's this one, isn't it?
No, these are Isofix points.
Oh.
Yeah, you got the... And these are the good ones. These are the plastic
I'd
ones.
say the seat doesn't go forward.
No, it doesn't.
No.
So it's going to be... That's your max, isn't it?
Yep.
And you've got another one in the middle there, so we pull all of them.
There
Mind
you
your
go.
fingers. It's still quite a big space though.
It's good space, yeah.
I'm surprised.
I guess this sort of sloping design takes out quite a bit, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
you lose a bit at the back there.
Yeah.
Not as much height as I'd like to see.
Could you get an old fridge in there?
Could I get an old fridge in there?
I think you could, actually.
Do you know what? I reckon you could.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you could actually. Tyre points here as well. Look, tether points.
Yeah, and more
They're
here.
quite nice. They look like those sort of buckles that you get on a decent belt.
That's it. And what are these? Not more?
I have no idea. Again, I think, yeah, they're for your cargo net.
Okay.
For the dog net.
Right, gotcha.
That's to stop the
That's
pooch
good.
jumping
And
through.
here's something else, which is...
Oh, rear seat belt? I don't know. Yeah.
Or maybe it's a dog... Is it a dog belt?
No, it can't be a dog
Where
belt.
does it go?
Well, I thought when these are up,
Okay, yeah, maybe the...
I don't know. Let's put them back up, and then we'll cut to me and you seeing them.
That's what it's for, isn't it? It's for the centre seat.
I think it's for the centre seat.
Yeah,
Yes,
the others
I'm
got-
pretty sure.
Yep, it's got
Right.
to be. Look, there you go.
Well, it's
Dun dun. Yep.
let's cut there, and then we'll see what it's like in the back here for the passengers. See if it's comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. This shall we actually see whether it's comfortable for people in the back here? It looks quite a lot of room actually. What's it like getting in and out though?
Is this leather?
Do you know what? I think it is leather. Yes, I'm pretty sure it is. I love the way they've designed this back of this seat.
Yeah.
Really
Very clever,
gives you-
isn't it?
Now you're quite tall. How tall are you? 6.
Yeah, about 6 foot. Just
About
under
6 foot. So
Yeah.
just on the 2 metre mark. And your knees are sort of bang on the back there, aren't they?
Yeah.
I bet you've got tons of headroom.
Yeah, but that could go forward a bit, that seat, couldn't it?
Yeah,
There's
I
still
think-
room for the passenger, for the...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's where. What have you found up there?
Dunno.
Something to hang stuff or?
Probably
Again,
the
it's-
netting. Probably the...
Oh, that's for that netting again,
Yeah.
isn't it? Yeah,
Yeah.
that hook's in there. Yeah, so you can move the netting either back there, or you can have it forward if you've got the seats down. I suppose if you've got 4 dogs or something.
Yeah, heating
Yeah, we've
vents.
got heating vents, but
foam.
not independent.
Right.
But you can turn it on and off, so you're not going to get your legs roasted in the back here.
Yeah.
Couple of they look
Charging
like
points.
they're USB-Cs. They're
Oh.
the new ones, the little ones.
Uh-huh.
So you're going to need an adapter for that. It really does annoy me. I mean, it's nice to. I like to see technology moving forward, but if you're going to put USB-Cs in, then you're going to have to supply adapters because 9
Right.
times out, which kid's going to be carrying around a USB-C adapter? They're just not, are they? So, and again,
There will be by the second journey.
yeah, there will be by the second journey. Johnny, you got your C adapter? Yeah. What's all this about? I mean, why do we still have this? Come on, you're
No,
going to say.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah, go on.
Because that's where you want to keep your maps,
Your maps.
don't you?
I just knew you were going to say that. Why? You know, do you know what my mum and dad used
In
to
fact,
do?
they used to be called road atlases.
Road atlas.
Yes,
I love a
not
road
maps.
atlas.
Yeah.
An A to Z.
Okay,
Every A to
drinks.
Z.
You keep your drinks in there.
No, I know what this used to be for. My mum and dad used to keep books in here to keep us quiet because when we were kids,
Yeah, but that's then.
yeah,
but now.
they were sickness inhibitors.
Ugh.
Yeah, it used to make me car sick. Go on, sorry.
So I don't know, iPad.
Yeah, but again, look at it. I mean, it's
That's
horrible.
okay. No, I
You
think it's
don't
good.
need
It's
it.
good. Yeah, you do need that.
All
You
right.
need the space. You've got another bit down here, like a little rear pocket.
Yeah, you can keep your water in there.
Yeah.
Stop you being sick yet again. They've got quite big windows in here. I have noticed though, it's very dark in here.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is back. It is.
And it's quite the actual shape of the roof. I like the roof finish.
Yeah.
Have we got LEDs or are they? Well, nothing's working. Oh, there you go. No, they're LEDs.
Yeah, but as you said, there's still roof clearance here.
Yeah, no,
which is
plenty
quite
of
good.
roof clearance. We've got ice fix points either side. What about the middle here? Do we have a ski hatch? We must have a ski hatch in here.
Go on, pull that.
I can't. Ah,
There
there we
you
go.
go.
Ah.
Uh-huh. What's
Oh.
drinks holder? Very good.
Drinks holder.
You need that.
No ski hatch.
No.
I find that quite hard to believe. I would thought the Germans, we have the skis coming through here. Or the
Well, maybe
visit.
the German cars have got that facility. How
This
many-
is a
how many-
BMW, isn't it?
Yeah, but how many? This is for the UK market, so right-hand drive.
Ah,
Why
so
would you
you
want the
think
skis?
they might do a ski hatch
Put it
for
on
the
the
German
roof, wouldn't you?
market?
Put them on the
Oh,
roof.
of course they would, yeah.
Yeah.
They like to show off, don't they? We are off skiing
Yeah, for the
with
Yeah,
the cargo
I think-
net and the dogs in the bag.
That's
Don't break
good.
things. Please don't break things. I know you love taking things apart. And I like the fact that the seatbelts are recessed.
well, they're all anything these days, aren't they?
No, I've come across a few cars in the last few weeks that we've reviewed,
Yeah.
and they haven't. There was a couple of
Well,
cars.
just left lying around.
Tell you what, do you remember the last time we did a review
Yeah,
together?
yeah. It was BMW, wasn't it?
It was a BMW X7.
Yeah.
We should mention that. Guys, if you want to see that, because I really enjoyed your thoughts on that car. They were quite thoughtful. If you want to watch that, just click up here now. It's a really good review that Richard and I did together. Here, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in summer.
And I thought you came up with some really good constructive criticism on that car. Sounds like I'm losing it. Yeah, I've enjoyed looking around this car with you today, Rich. I need to get it out on the road. And you need to go back and do your normal day-to-day
I do.
job.
I do.
But
Good car.
what's your overall assumptions of this car? Do you like it? do you think it's okay?
I think it's one of those things you have to live with it, isn't it? You have to live with the car for a few days.
Yeah.
To see how it suits your driving, what you're using it for, practicality.
Yeah.
Shopping, travelling journeys,
Yeah.
which of course we're not really getting at the moment, but
Suitability.
Suitability, yeah. Whether it bonds with you in jails.
Yes.
But it's kind of like the modern, it's the latest sort of car-size family car, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
It's not a 4x4.
It's sort of that in between, isn't
It's
it?
in between a saloon and a 4x4.
It's like a station wagon.
Which is actually probably quite sensible because some of those 4x4s, they're so big.
Yeah. I mean,
You try and park them, you try and travel through the lanes with them, they're always so cumbersome, aren't they?
No, it's true.
So this fits in kind of halfway house.
Does it fit into your idea of a BMW? Because you are very much
I
classic,
think
aren't you?
I think the BMW quality is there, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean,
the quality
beautifully
finish.
finished.
Yeah.
You can see the sort of intelligent design.
Yeah.
And the graphics. It's very BMW. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Rich. Guys, don't forget, if you're interested in what Richard does, aka Professor BMW, then check out now. It's coming in here. It will pop in there. There you go. garagequeens.co.uk, I believe.
I think it is.
I think it is. Go there and you'll see all about what he does. And if you need to contact him or want to contact him, there's a contact thing on the website, I think, as well. So
Great.
Just get in contact with him for all things storage, classical, and everything else, like we said at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, yeah, thank you so much, Rich. Guys, we're going to get this car out on the road to give you the road bit and then the final analysis of this BMW X1 and also talk about some of the other X1 models and their variants, which we haven't done so yet. So, yeah, let's crack on. Thanks, Rich. And
Pleasure.
see you out on the road in a minute. So here we are, guys. We're out on the road in the BMW X1, the hybrid. Yeah. I'm not so sure about this hybrid. It makes a little bit of a buzzy noise. It's like it's really weird. I think I could get used to it. I like the fact it's giving me a bit more on the economy and stuff, and it's got that added bit of running around town. But whether it's going to be worth it or not, because I can't get the space saver in the back, things like that, I don't know. It's up to you. At the end of the day, go down to the dealership and have a look. There are a number of different choices with the BMW X1 engines if you're not going to go for hybrid. There's a 1.8D, there's a 1.8i. The 1.8D is about 150 brake. I think the 1.8i is about 140. There's a 2i and a 2D. You've also got the 1.5 three-cylinder that this car is mated up with the electrical engine. The one thing I will say about this hybrid, it's got bags of torque. That little electric motor combined, with the petrol engine, 380 newton meters of torque. I mean, it's mad. You put your foot down, this thing flies. I'm really, I know I said it was 7 seconds, bit of a slouch, but to be honest, it really, it feels a lot faster because this is quite a big car. It feels much bigger than what it really is. But, at the end of the day, the choice is yours if it's hybrid. If you really want to go silly, there is a 2.5D. And the reason I say I nearly said 2.3, it's 230 brake horsepower. And that's a 4-cylinder, 2-litre. That's my bag. If I wasn't having the hybrid, I think that's what I'd go for. That's a lot of horses under the bonnet for a car like this, and a lot of fun, I can imagine. A couple of gearbox choices. You've got a 6-speed manual, got a 7-speed auto, which this one is. There is an option on an 8-speed sport auto. You'll have to look into that and ask them about that, but I did read somewhere that there is that option. But majority is the 7-speed auto. Superb gearbox, this one. Really love it. Those different trim levels I mentioned. This particular car has the M Sport trim, and with that you do get the adaptive suspension system on this car. It's simply superb. That's all I will say. Simply superb. This car is perfect. You set it in sport mode, you get a good sporty feel. You go into comfort mode, it adapts to the comfort, it adapts to the road. It's really brilliant. You also get that 10.5-inch touchscreen, which is, again, I think is just, it's just justifiable. It's just so lovely. And it just all works, and love it. You can see I'm enthralled by the whole thing. I really do like this car, apart from the fact that maybe the hybrid is putting me off a little bit. So we've discussed the engine. Let's talk a little bit about economy on this. Now, I have to talk about the hybrid because that's the one we're driving at the moment. BMW claim 141 miles to the gallon with this car. I'm personally looking down at the moment. I'm not using the electrical engine. motor, should I say. Don't forget, this is a press car, so it gets ragged, it gets used a lot, and it's probably not the most economical car because of the way it's driven and the way we test it. So if it was your own car, it's obviously going to be a lot more economical. But I'm getting just shy of 36 miles to the gallon, so there you go. That's real life. 141 miles, maybe on the electrical bit, but then it's only got a range of around 30 miles. And this one, because of that battery depletion, I can't charge it any more than 24 miles. So there you go. That's the maximum it will take off me. Pricing wise, well, 29,000 UK pounds is the entry level. All the way up to 41,000, which is top of the range, all singing and dancing, top trim level, top engine. I think 29,000 for the badge, the BMW badge. Obviously, that is your curb appeal. That is your street cred. Is that BMW badge, and 29 grand buys you into. And I think that's where BMW have been working it to get people into the BMW range. And by having this X1, you can get straight in on that range, even on the lower level, and you're still going to get a lot of bang for your buck, which is really good. Competition, other choices, that's a better way of putting it. Audi Q3, really good car. Click up here now for my review on that car. I really like that car, I thought it was very good. Mercedes GLA. Now, unfortunately, for some reason, I begged and asked, and I can't get a car out of Mercedes at the moment, for one reason or another, but when we do, we'll get you, and then I can click up there and say, well, you can, go and look at the GLA review, but I can't give you an honest opinion on that one at the moment. But Q3, very good. The only issue with that is both of those cars are 2,000 UK pounds more than the entry-level price on this car. Worth bearing in mind, because don't forget, if you do buy this car, you can save yourself a couple of £1,000s, and at the end of the day, you can add in one of those tech packs, a comfort pack, or something like I've got on here, which has got the head-up display on it. Really nice, love that. Lots of bits and lots of options. That's what I love about the BMW X1. You can't really go wrong on this. Loads of safety kit as well. Makes you feel safe, drives well, feels comfortable. What more do you want, guys? It's a beautiful family car. Stunning. Right, you've been watching me, AJ the Player. I've waffled on enough. I hope you've enjoyed the review. If you like what you're watching, you want to see more, don't forget, like, subscribe and comment. If you could give me a thumbs up. I don't get a bonus, we don't get paid any extra, but what I do get is a pat on the back from the bosses and the sponsors saying job well done, because got loads of thumbs up and people obviously like what we're doing. So I'd appreciate it if you could do that. Thank you very much. Leave the bell sign unchecked, because we put up sometimes 2, even 3 videos a week, and that little bell sign will inform you when another video comes up. So if you want to see my face yet again this week, just leave that bell sign unchecked. I'm sure you will enjoy doing that. One thing before I go, something for free, so don't switch off yet. This is what you get. We are part of The Player, and The Player is a much bigger organisation than just me, AJ the Player, on YouTube. It is a major publication as well. For guys, it's a 200-page magazine. There's an online version. And you can have it for free because you follow me on YouTube or you watch me on YouTube. All you got to do is go to www.theplayer.co.uk. If you look down here now, it's just coming in. There you go. I'm checking out on the roundabout. Down here now, there you go. www.theplayer.co.uk. Go there. I don't look like a data capture person, do I? No, you're dead right. I'm not. Email, name, that's all I need. You can get a 200-page copy online. You can either read it online or download it. That's completely free of charge. It's on me because you watch me. Simple as. It's got golf, it's got cars, it's got boats, it's got wine, beer, submarines, you name it. Everything us guys absolutely love reading about and looking at. So well worth checking that out. I will catch you next week with, it might be another car, it could be an interview, we've done helicopters, things like that. So check back in a week's time. And in the meantime, guys, take it easy out there. Safe driving, take care, and above all, enjoy life. And I'll catch you next week. See you for now.